"So," I said, "well, here we are," I said, and ran my fingers through my beard, my graying beard. I wasn't young any more, no, but I wasn't an old man either. It would probably be fair to say aging. Yes, an aging man, neither more nor less. And it was about time I stopped taking these little sprees to Björkvin. What was the point any more? Tying up at the quay at the wharf in Björkvin, and not using my time there to do anything but sit in a bar or a restaurant or cafe? Yes, usually the Fowl. That's what they call the place. But sometimes I'd go to the food hall or the Last Boat or the Country Inn. Other than going somewhere like that or just staying in the cabin of my boat, there wasn't really anything to do. Well, the first day, or first couple of days, there'd be something I needed to buy. Yes, always this or that. There'd be one thing or another that I thought might come in handy, and I'd written it down on a sheet of paper on my living room table back home. Something I couldn't get at the Vaim general store, but that would come in handy. It was always different. It could be anything. Yes, over the years, I gradually bought everything I really needed. But a needle and some black thread to sew a loose button back on. Yes, that's what I needed to buy this year. But actually, it was a lot harder than you'd think to buy a single needle and a single spool of black thread in the city of Björkvin, Norway's second biggest city. It was almost unbelievable how hard it was. You'd almost think that the shopkeepers didn't want to bother selling something as small as a needle and a spool of thread, because I'd walked from one clothing shop to the next, and none of them had anything like that for sale. No, they said, no, we don't carry that. And you'd have to say that there was something a little bit mocking in their answer, and in their face behind that answer. And when I asked where I might be able to buy it, the answer was always the same. No, we don't know. Sometimes they would add that they don't sell needle and thread in this shop, only ready-to-wear clothes. And now if I wanted to buy myself some new clothes, if I could afford it, and I have to admit that one of them, or maybe more than one of them, was hinting that I needed some new clothes. But I didn't need new clothes. I was doing just fine with the clothes I already had, because I didn't look like a beggar or anything. No, even if some people probably thought I did. But these clothing stores were packed with clothes, and that was probably the reason for this hinting, and also the reason why they didn't want to sell me a needle and thread. But eventually, there was someone standing in front of me, bowing to me in a suit. Damn it, if he wasn't wearing a pink tie, who said that if I wanted to buy a needle and a spool of black thread, I would need to go to a tailor's.